Welcome to the Daily Load. I'm your host, John Watson. We have a couple stories to go over. The first one starting with none other than the cable news king himself, Bill O'Reilly. For those of you who are unfamiliar with O'Reilly, he has the most successful show to have ever aired on Fox News, and for all of cable news shows for that matter. Yes, the cranky dude who looks like a melting wax figure brought in legendary ratings for his show. So how did he go from being the king of cable news to being let go by Fox News? Well, it was a slow process, but ultimately his downfall was his lingering sexual harassment lawsuits. He had at least 5 dating back to 2002 that Fox News was involved in. Previously, only a couple lawsuits were public, but some digging from the New York Times found he had much more. With the pressure of advertisers, angry viewers, and activists, Fox News had no choice but to let O'Reilly go. Hopefully you guys aren't that surprised. Fox News is definitely not a great place to look for on tips on how to treat women.
Didn't men give you the kitchen?
There's got to be some downside to having a woman president, right? Something.
Well, then I guess if you're in a bar and she slaps you, you punch her in the face.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
My role as a woman.
Yeah.
Is there something about the female brain that is a deterrent for getting on board with tech? Is there?
On top of the creepy environment male Fox News hosts periodically create, Bill O'Reilly is the same guy that was the lead defender of the previous Fox News CEO, Roger Ailes, who exited Fox News just last year after sexual harassment lawsuits by former Fox News hosts Gretchen Carlson and many other workers.
I have to ask you about what's been going on at Fox News. Obviously, Roger Ailes is no longer there in the wake of these sexual harassment allegations and revelations. You've been on record saying you support him 100%.
And I'm not going to say anything else because I work for this company and I don't really have any insight into anything. So for once in my life, I'm going to keep my big mouth shut.
Now there is nothing that the big loudmouth can do to save his show. So with the official downfall of the O'Reilly factor, we bring you this montage of memories Bill has created throughout his career.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
He doesn't have a right to
He didn't commit a felony.
He doesn't have a right to be in this country.
What? But that has nothing to do with the fact that he was a drunk.
He should have been deported. He should have been deported.
August 08. Stop the BS here. Stop the crap. From August 07 to August 08, under your tutelage, this industry.
Give me one damn program he said he cut.
He has cut entitlements. He has cut
Not entitlements. One program.
What do you want to yell at?
Because you're lying.
Lies and further punish the people in Afghanistan.
Who killed your father?
The people in Afghanistan didn't kill my father.
Sure they did. The Al Qaeda people were trained there.
The Al Qaeda people. What about the Afghan?
See, I'm more angry about it than you are.
So what?
So while we're on the topic of Fox News, I'd like to show you just how relentlessly biased they are. Now, just because I'm shitting on Fox News doesn't mean you should go and turn on CNN or MSNBC. That is not acceptable. But okay, when Obama was president, a rapper by the name of Common was sent an invitation to a poetry function at the White House. Fox News was not happy with that decision because of some of Common's lyrics. One song that really twisted some panties was called A Song for Asata. The song is about a woman who is convicted of killing a United States police officer, and he uses lyrics such as, "Your power and pride is beautiful. May God bless your soul." Now, to Fox News, that meant that Common was sympathizing with a cop killer, so he is anti-American and Obama should be ashamed for hosting him.
Personal story segment tonight. If you watched The Factor last week, you know we thought inviting a rapper named Common to a poetry reading at the White House was a big mistake by the administration.
This is the President of the United States of America. You know what? This is not a good message for our kids. This is not the guy that you invite to the White House for poetry reading. This is a guy that we don't want our kids to listen to.
But none of that is the song where he's celebrating the cop killer. Doesn't the White House staff vet this stuff?
So we know if you sympathized with a cop killer, Fox News thinks you're not worthy of being invited to the White House. What about someone who calls for Obama's death? Someone who can't stop making idiotic racist comments. Someone who praises the owner of this vehicle for brilliance. Take a look at this photo. Does this vehicle look brilliant? Well, someone thinks it does, and that someone is Ted Nugent. I have no idea who this guy is, but he's obviously awfully ignorant. And none of what he did was enough to bar him from visiting the White House and meeting the president in the Oval Office. Embracing bigoted ideology, calling for the death of our president. Well, that's pretty damn un-American. Yet, the Fox News outrage is nowhere to be found. Why does this racist asshole get a pass, but Common doesn't? And you know what Fox News host Sean Hannity said?
If this was somebody that used the same type of rhetoric about violence against President Obama, I would be against it.
That's right. He'd be against violent rhetoric against Obama. Well, Sean's had the chance to disavow some of Ted Nugent's nasty comments before, and well, this is what he had to say.
Are you prepared to disavow this low
No,
life?
I like Ted Nugent. He's a friend of mine.
You do?
But he's a rock star. And if you don't like that, here's my point. Here's my point. If you don't like it, don't go to the concert.
I'm not very confident that the far-right Knight is going to have any sort of outrage for the recent stain in the White House, because he doesn't want to take any brownie points away from his favorite president. And to top it off, guess who brought Ted Nugent to the White House as her guest? The half-term governor that crash-landed from outer space on a meteor and assimilated into our society. Sarah Palin. She personally brought Ted Nugentry into the White House, yet this is the same person a few years back taking issue with the rapper Common being invited to the poetry function.
Judgment, it's just so lacking of class and decency and all that's good about America with an invite like this.
This lady is not qualified to be taken seriously. I think I speak for the safety of America when I say it's time to launch her back to where she came from. And with that, all I can say is stay away from Fox News. But seriously, don't turn on CNN or MSNBC as an alternative. It's not cool. But thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and like our page for weekly content.